In the annals of Indian history, the Iram Massacre of 1942 remains a poignant reminder of the country's struggle for freedom. This tragic event, largely overlooked in the grand tapestry of India's fight for independence, holds a significant place in the hearts of those who remember. The year was 1942, the world was at war, and India was fervently pushing against the chains of British colonial rule. In the midst of this turbulence, in a small coastal village in Odisha named Iram, a horrifying incident was about to unfold. The Iram Massacre was not an isolated event. It was a part of the larger freedom movement sweeping across the nation, a brutal testament to the lengths the British were willing to go to maintain their hold on India. The people of Iram, like many across the country, yearned for freedom and were ready to fight for it. Little did they know their fight would come at a steep, heartbreaking cost. The Iram Massacre, a heart-wrenching event that unfolded in the small coastal village of Iram in Odisha, would forever change the course of India's fight for independence. The year was 1942, a time when the seeds of rebellion were already sown across India. The Quit India movement had been launched, calling for an end to British rule. This nationwide call to arms resonated in the hearts of Indians far and wide, including the small hamlet of Iram in Odisha. The villagers, fueled by a desire for freedom, were growing increasingly restless under the oppressive yoke of colonial rule. Meanwhile, the British government, ever watchful, was on high alert. They were aware of the growing discontent among the masses, and the escalating tensions were palpable. The atmosphere was charged with a volatile mix of fear, anger, and defiance. In Iram, the villagers began to gather. Men, women, and children, they came together, united by a common cause. Little did they know their peaceful assembly would soon turn into a horrific scene of bloodshed. As tensions rose, the villagers of Iram gathered unknowingly on the brink of a tragic event that would echo through history. August 16, 1942, marked a dark day in the history of Iram, a day that would forever be etched in the memory of its inhabitants. On this fateful day, the tranquil village was transformed into a scene of chaos and carnage. British forces, alarmed by the swell of peaceful demonstrators rallying against their oppressive rule, decided to take drastic action. Without any warning, they opened fire on the crowd. Men, women, and children, none were spared from the cruel onslaught. The air was filled with cries of pain and terror as bullets rained down on the helpless villagers. In a matter of minutes, the ground was stained with the blood of the innocent, their lives extinguished in the blink of an eye. The British forces showed no mercy, no humanity. They continued their brutal assault until the screams subsided and all that remained was a deafening silence. The peaceful assembly had been turned into a horrifying spectacle of death and destruction. In a brutal display of force, the peaceful gathering at Iram was turned into a bloodbath, shocking the nation and sparking further outrage against British rule. The echoes of the gunshots had barely faded when the repercussions of the Iram Massacre started to unfold. The blood-stained soil of Odisha bore witness to a chilling massacre, an event that would send ripples across the nation and eventually give impetus to the freedom movement. In the immediate aftermath, shockwaves of anguish and disbelief swept the nation. Ordinary people from every corner of India were moved by the brutality of the event, and this shared sense of outrage served to unify the diverse populace. This unity, born out of shared grief, became a potent force that would galvanize the struggle for freedom. Investigations into the massacre were launched, but the wheels of justice turned slowly. The perpetrators, though identified, were largely shielded from the full extent of the law. Yet the failure to deliver justice did not dampen the spirit of the freedom fighters. Instead, it steeled their resolve and spurred them on with renewed vigor. As the years rolled on, the Iram Massacre became emblematic of the sacrifices made in the quest for independence. It served as a stark reminder of the high price of freedom, a price paid in blood and tears. It served to remind the nation of the tyranny they had lived under and the struggle they had waged to break free. Today, the incident is remembered with a sense of solemn reverence. Memorials have been erected in honor of the victims, their names etched in stone as a testament to their sacrifice. The Iram Massacre has been immortalized in the annals of Indian history, a grim chapter that is a testament to the indomitable spirit of a people yearning for freedom. The Iram Massacre, a tragic event in the annals of Indian history, serves as a solemn reminder of the price paid for the freedom we enjoy today.